Welcome to Did You Ask Commentary, where I give my opinion and my thoughts whether you asked or not. Hi guys, so I'm back again with another video. Excuse my voice if I sound a little nasally. The weather change is kicking my butt right now. But I wanted to talk about this topic of how shock value and disgusting things continue to be said to try to get views and attention. And it's just like, where is your human nature? Literally, where's the empathy? So we're going to talk about the lack thereof, honestly. People are calling for the cancellation of Nas. His name is Nas From the Gram. He has 6 million followers on TikTok. He's really popular for doing comedy, I believe. He dresses up in dresses and wigs, and he does skits and just kind of like funny content, if you want to call it that. And that's how he grew his platform, I believe. So they are calling for his cancellation because he decided to say the most disgusting, vile things to a disabled young girl. Let's get into it. For my knowledge on how all of this started, Nas joined live and a young girl joined his live as well, and she seems to be disabled. Now, I'm not going to insert the clips because it's honestly disgusting. If you guys want to see exactly what he said, you can look it up on TikTok. It's posted everywhere. Basically, as soon as a young girl joined the live, he asked to see her private parts, and then he decided to say what he was going to do to her. Do with that what you will. Read between the lines. Now, on the live, the young girl looks clearly uncomfortable, and he just kept going. Now, due to the backlash, he did decide to make an apology video, and at this point, currently, his TikTok page is private. Here is the quote-unquote apology.
Okay, so as many of you guys have seen, there is a video of me going around interacting with a person with a disability in a very disgusting way to where I couldn't even watch the full video. And I want to sincerely apologize to Maggie, her friends, her family, anybody else that have seen that video and seen me act in that manner. I was overly intoxicated that day, which does not excuse my behavior whatsoever. And I have yet to even this day watch that video to its entirety. I watched about 18 seconds of it and I literally cut the video off. So what really made me realize, honestly, that the drinking needs to like stop is when I woke up the next morning, I didn't even remember a lot of the things. Somebody brought the video to my attention, and in my head, I was like, there's no way that video, like, it can't be that bad. And it was that times 10. I said some of the most disgusting things, and mentally the very first 2 or 3 days, it really fucked me up, because in that moment, I know a lot of y'all are not gonna believe me, but in that moment, I was just like, I was so intoxicated, I didn't realize she had a disability until the end. And when I read my comments and I kind of clicked, and I'm gonna play that video at the end, but me watching the that 18 seconds of it, the beginning, I'm looking at it like, you can tell she clearly has a disability, and it didn't click in my head until like a minute later. So once again, I want to apologize to Maggie. I really think that night really made me realize that I need to stop drinking. I need to put the drinks down, because it really genuinely, it really disgusted me to where I just couldn't even watch the full video, if I'm being honest with you. It was so hard to watch the first 18 seconds of the things that I was saying. I'm going to play the, because I've only seen the first 18 seconds of it, and what I'm about to play for you guys now, to where you can see where I realized, and like I read the comments and I kind of like stopped. And I do want to also say that it does not make it right, no matter who was on the other side of the screen. It just doesn't make it right whatsoever. And yeah.
As y'all heard, he basically just said a whole bunch of nothing. It's the excuse that he was drunk for me. That excuse is so tired. Literally, a drunk tongue speaks a sober mind. The whole excuse of, oh, I was drunk, oh, I didn't remember, and oh, I didn't know that she was disabled, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Let's take out the fact that she's disabled. Let's just talk about the fact that you said the first thing that comes to your brain that you thought was okay to quote-unquote troll, or whatever you want to call it, was to say those disgusting things to her. And at the end of the video, he said he's going to post the clip of the end of their live when he was talking to the girl, because then he realized that she was disabled. I'm going to insert that clip here.
So what you did today?
Nothing. I just went live and just chilled and relaxed. What about you?
Nothing. I don't do anything.
Where do you stay at?
I stay here in my house watching TV.
So as y'all can see, he was asking her about herself, where does she live, where she from, whatever the case may be, because everybody in the comments was telling him that she was disabled. I feel like him posting this clip made everything 10 times worse. It made his apology video very contradicting, because which one is it? Was he too drunk to realize the vile, disgusting things he was saying to her in real time? But he wasn't that drunk because he was able to realize, oh shoot, she's disabled and I shouldn't have said that. Now I need to calm down because this is going to look crazy. And at this point, he was better off just saying, look, I was wrong. I was wrong. That's it. Just simply, I was wrong, and disappear off social media for a little bit. I feel as though the apology was very lackluster. There was no type of accountability in the apology. The point of the matter is the damage has already been done to that girl specifically, because he's not losing any followers. From what I've seen, he maybe have lost 100,000, but he had 6.2. I think he's now at 6.1. Whatever. The damage has been done. Whatever you said and how you may have triggered other people for the disgusting things that you said has been done. So an apology is not really going to fix that. Change behavior will, though. And it makes me want to talk about the bigger picture of why he even felt so comfortable to do that in the first place. Look at trolling and things like that. I feel like as a society, things have become way more normalized, and I'm so proud of the people that did speak out and say, like, that was disgusting. Like, why are you talking to her this way? Why would you even say things like that, period? And that makes me really happy to know that people do not look at things like this and think it's funny, because of the trolling culture and how people can just say reckless things online and can just say, oh, I was just trolling, or oh, I was just playing, or I didn't really mean it. People doing things like that, it shows that they lack empathy, because I would never say something like that to anyone, because I wouldn't want anybody to say that to me. And it just shows as a society that we are losing empathy, and trolling has become so normalized that people think they could just get online and just say whatever they want out of their mouths without any consequences. Like I said, his page is still up. He hasn't lost that many followers. I'm sure he may or may not have lost any brand deals. And it's just like, bad behavior gets rewarded. You could just say, oh, I'm sorry, you guys, I'll never do it again. And then everybody moves on. And just to repeat the behavior. And I feel like the best apology is change behavior. And who's to say that he won't do that? Maybe he will. But I just feel as though this was completely disgusting, inappropriate. And this is not the first, or it's going to be the last of its kind. People get online and try to say the most shocking things to get the attention, to get the likes and the views and the clout. And it's really shows, that character, because that's honestly disgusting. And that's all this was. I feel like he did this for a shock value. I feel like he does have some definitely personal problems that he needs to deal with, because of all things, why would you even say that? Very much disgusting. But it just proves that people will say and do anything for the attention, the clout, and the views. And that's maybe how he got his platform to where it is now. But me being who I am, I'm always going to call out horrible behavior. And that's exactly what this is. Mind you, these are my opinions. So I said what I said, and I feel how I feel. And if you feel any differently, please leave it down below and we can have a discussion. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.